Welcome back. It is 1579, last year of the decade, so exciting. And we are here with our family. Last year, Celestria lit the light castle on fire. Luke aged up and met his betrothed from the Venian family. And our baby with Witchira was born. This year, we actually don't have any birthdays. We do have some babies being born, though, so that's good. We have Richard and Agnes having a baby. And then if I check here, no birthdays here either. Oh my gosh, what a light year. But that's okay because Celestria is going through it. So let's hop into the game. All right, one more thing. I want to introduce you to the uh, Verduzco family by Melina06. For many years, Javier fought bravely for the Catholic King and Queen of Spain, Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella of Castillo. When they succeed to reunify the country, he became a close friend of the royal family, and that's why he and his son were chosen to become the new Spanish ambassadors. Besides political negotiations, they are fulfilling a secret mission to protect the king's precious daughter and her potential children. So, very interesting. Obviously, we won't follow that exactly because we don't have those Sims in here, but here is the new family. This is Mercedes. She is the mom, her husband Javier. They have lots of children, including Maria, Jose, Magdalena, Marcella, Mencia, and Juan. So lots of new Sims, at least 3 new to marry off right now. So that is really good and exciting. I just put them in here. I know they don't really belong in our our area, but I've run out of places in New Crest after moving everybody into new houses, although I probably should have kept that in mind, but whatever. So, yeah, do not try to leave. I think that was the problem is neighborhood stories. You can die, you can have a baby, but you can't leave. So, all right. I think that is it. Let's hop into the game. Okay, so here we are in our household, and actually, at this time of the recording, it is time for the first week of the Reaper Rewards event. So I figured we could also do some of that, so that could be a fun thing for us. So basically, what I'm thinking is we're going to have Celestria be the one to do some of this stuff, and the reason for that is because I couldn't really think of a reason Nicholas would. But maybe he will. I mean, she's going to move out soon, so we do need someone to do these once she's gone. But anyway, so what I'm going to say is happening here, because we're going to have her be doing these events. This is in the future for you, so you already know what the events are like. We're growing snapdragons, lilies. We're obviously working towards creating a death flower, and we, have to call Grimm and all that stuff. So, one of the things is that Celestria is worried. So her and Nicholas had this conversation last time about how she almost killed Audrey and how she's very stressed about it and how Avina was mean to her. And anyway, side note, Agnes and Richard did just have their baby. It was a boy. We named him Richard III. Unfortunately, Agnes did not survive the birth. So that was a bummer. So she died. Yeah. And anyway, so back to what I was saying. Celestria is really worried about her whole thing. She did tell Nicholas about it. She told him that she was stressed. She told him that she's worried about how, she could get in trouble for this and all that stuff. And so she is looking for a way, maybe like a higher power to maybe help her out. She still, even though she has decided to trust Nicholas with the situation, she still is like, okay, well, he's not going to be able to solve it, so I need to do something. And so she is going to turn to, the occult, Grim Reaper, seance tables kind of thing. She's going to turn this way in order to do her best to try and find a way out of the situation that she finds herself in. So that is something that she is going to struggle with. And that is why she is doing this. So we are just collecting rewards left and right. Honestly, this is not a very hard event. You're just doing a couple of little things here and there. Unfortunately, though, I did find a bug, and I was looking online. A lot of people are reporting the same bug. Hopefully, they'll fix it soon, where the mail is not getting delivered. So the mailman keeps showing up and just standing there and never delivering the mail, even when I do the expedited mail thing. Eventually, I think maybe if we leave the lot and come back or something, we do get the mail, and so we do get the newsletter that we needed, but I have Nicholas read it, and then the task doesn't get checked off. So that is really infuriating. Like, the idea that just one task that I've already completed is the last task that I need to get checked off to complete all of this is so infuriating. See the mailman just standing there. She just keeps waving. She's stuck. I try to get her to go away. Then I have them expedite again. And I just get this long line of mail people coming to my house and not doing what I need them to do. So I'm really frustrated by that. Hopefully they'll have a fix for that because it is driving me crazy. So anyway, it looks like also Arun came over for a little woohooty call. How cute is that? He just showed up and he was like, hey. It's like, well, okay. I mean, you're here. Why not? So Nicholas is going to have fun with that. Nicholas is also kind of at a point where he's realizing, like I said last time, he's really realizing that he has a problem. That he has not been a good enough father, that he is not focused enough on his children, that he really, it's an issue. Like, it's a big issue right now that he and his children are, they're close enough, but they're not like, in each other's lives in such a way that they would trust him to solve their problems. And he feels really guilty about that. And so I'm trying to involve the kids more in each other's things. They're all playing games together. They're doing seances together just because I might need someone to follow up on Celestria's stuff. We are finishing off. Oh, I can't remember if she actually finished the potty skill or not, but she must be very, very close. If not finished it and finished all of her toddler skills. But yeah, so Nicholas is really realizing that he's not as good a dad as he hoped he would be. He's also feeling really bad because he feels like he's obviously having trouble measuring up to Gabriel and everything. And so basically what happens next is that Nicholas and Celestria get called over to the palace. So they get called over here and they're nervous, right? They are really concerned about what's going on here. So there is basically, Avina is here, Audrey is here, and everyone is here, and they kind of call them over and have this conversation. And basically Audrey starts off with, like, Celestria, you were seen starting the fire in the palace. Like, can you explain yourself? Like, what were you trying to do here? And Avina just immediately, like, throws Celestria right under the bus. She's like, well, obviously she was trying to kill you. Like, she's a danger. She's crazy. And Celestria's like, that's not true. You were the one who set all this up. You were the one who asked me to do this. You were the one who, like, said that you were going to help me and then turned out to be, like, murderous. And I think that Audrey does know. Like, she doesn't not know that her sister is evil. She grew up with her. She is around her all the time. She's very aware of who her sister is, right? So she's just kind of like, she doesn't have any proof, Like, all they have proof of is that Celestria was the one who started the fire. And while Audrey likes Celestria, like, they're friends in the game. I think they might even be good friends. But still, she's like, look, Celestria, you can't prove what you're saying. And, like, it's, what are you going to do? So she's like, okay, well, at least you're in trouble for setting a fire, regardless of your intentions. You still started a fire in this castle. And so for that, we're going to need to, like, have a trial. We're going to need to do all this stuff. And we're going to need to, put you in jail for now. So Celestria is so upset. She's like, you can't do this. Like, Avina tricked me. Like, she preyed on me. And really, I do think that Audrey feels for her and feels like she could definitely see her sister doing something like that. But there's no proof. And is she going to accuse a princess with no proof? She can't. So for right now, what's going to happen is that Celestria is going to be, and it's not going to be like a bad dungeon. It's going to be like a, kind of house arrest thing, but not at her house. Like, she's going to be under confinement. So Celestria is going to be moved out and moved over so that she actually will not be in the household for a little while. Her story is not over yet. Obviously, we have to resolve this, but she is currently in trouble. She is in a lot of trouble because what explanation could there be for setting the queen's bedchamber on fire, right? Like what can you say to defend yourself against like accusations of treason? And I guess it's not treason because it's not really her country, but like accusations of trying to murder a royal, stuff like that. So it's definitely a struggle. So Nicholas is again really feeling like he failed Celestria. He couldn't defend her in the situation. He couldn't find a way out of it. He couldn't think of a way to prevent it from happening. And so he is just really struggling with his realization that he is not a good dad. And so he is going to make an effort. He's still going to think about things that he can do to help Celestria and help her get out of this situation. But while he's doing that, he also wants to pay special attention to his other children. So, like, he's going to do a chess game with Genevieve. He's going to stargaze with Gwendolyn. He's going to read a book to Luke. He's going to, he's going to, watch Gwen play the violin. And he's going to potty train Constance, and just all this stuff where he's really trying hard to spend more time with the kids, spend more time focusing on their interests and working on their aspirations together and stuff, and just trying to make up for the things that has happened. Okay, I'm sorry for so many cuts, but I keep yawning and I'm trying to just like stop the recording when I have to yawn. That's what I get for recording this at like 9 at night. But anyway, yes, Nicholas is focusing on being a better dad. And that is something that he feels very strongly about and feels that he really wants to do and really wants, and hopes for his children to be in a better place. And, he remembers too, like I said, about Gabriel, and he remembers, how good a dad Gabriel was. And he really kind of misses that for himself. And then also, like, he thinks fondly about how wonderful his life was as a child with Gabriel as a father, and then he can't give that to his children. He feels bad about it anyway because our house is cursed. I don't know what book they're talking about. It says, like, find the cursed book and get rid of it. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't see a book. And I also don't know what to do here. I'm stressed. The house is on fire and it will keep catching fire for like 24 hours. So it's like, what do I do here? How can I help myself? How can I save myself from the fire, from my house catching on fire and getting rid of all my rugs that I don't feel like replacing? So, anyway, I feel like I'm a disaster. It's fine. So yes, here we are, still trying to finish that potty skill and really working on Nicholas's parenting and his parenting skill and, his hopes and dreams and everything. So that is what we're at here. And of course, we're going to mop a puddle in just randomly in the driveway. So again, with the mail, I don't know what to do about it. I really, really don't. So that is super frustrating. And I've tried to go into like a different save file and it's like not there. Like the like task is not there. It's just like the whole thing and then it's empty. And I really don't know what to do. So yeah, we're just gonna accept it, I guess, and hope for the best. It just really bugs me. I don't know if any of you understand, but anyway, Miguel has just told us that he's in love with Agatha, which is fine. I mean, you go for it, my guy. enjoy. Enjoy. So we're going to remove him from the list just because I want Neighborhood Stories to do its thing. I want it to enjoy and everything. So that is what is going to happen. So now we're going to, okay, we're on fire again. But also I want to try and get Nicholas's skills up so that he can get to level 10 of cooking and gardening. And there was one more, wasn't there? Cooking, gardening, and fishing, maybe? I don't know, but I assume that we're going to have to do those things in order to make ambrosia and, you know, do the thing. So the curse is almost over, luckily. The firefighters finally get here and are useless. So, anyway, I'm just doing the best I can. What can I say? And, yeah, so I have a lot to clean up, apparently. But what you going to do? That's just the way that I live my life now. And yeah, so he's learning cooking and he's doing his best and he is trying to, get his skills up. Maybe he saw what Celestria was trying to do and he was like, well, maybe I can try something. Maybe I can do something. Maybe she was right and I can follow her vein of thinking and we'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens, right? So that's what we're going to go with. And then we're going to come to the birthdays. Obviously, we met our new family. And then, yes, we have Richard III becoming an infant. And unfortunately, his mother, Agnes, passing away. But those are the only birthdays for this year. Next time, we will have a decade recap, which will be a lot of fun. I love those. I love doing those. And I got a little secret surprise in that for you. And then lastly, next year's birthdays do include the twins, Genevieve and Gwendolyn, so be scared for that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.